Hey guys, I'm back with another Warframe build video, and today we'll be taking a look at Vauban, Mr. Train Man. Look at his head. It looks like a train. Here are his freaking wheels. It looks so freaking funny. But he looks amazing though. He looks really cool. But yeah, what is the build about today? Today's build involves his pocket nuke. Yes, he has a pocket nuke. Photon Strike. Now, the reason why I say, or I call this a pocket nuke is because look at its radius. It's only 9.5 meters. It's pretty bad. It's not good. KPM wise, it's not that good. But this scales infinitely because it scales off enemies' level. Yeah, a lot of people actually don't know this. Only some Vauban mains know that this thing scales off enemy level. So we're gonna be using this. So let's get into the build. As you can see, I removed my first ability for Photon Strike. You can also use Terrify if you want, because Terrify, needs just enough power strength. As you can see, I have enough power strength for Terrify. But I want Photon Strike because I do not want to fear my enemies, because that kinda ruins the KPM just a tiny bit too. And this shield strips and also armor strips Acolyte. So this is gonna be very useful. As you can see in my Archon shard placement, I have 1 casting 3 shards. 2 is recommended for quality of life stuff, but 1 is enough. Do not mind the topaz shards. I was trying to see if Photon Strike actually regenerates my shields, but it did not. So remove these. You don't need the topaz shards because it does not work with Photon Strike. So let's get into the mods. Corrosive projection for that earlier armor strip, Transient Fortitude, and Umbral Intensify for my strength, Equilibrium for my energy efficiency / energy gain, Overextended for my range. But if you don't want overextended or don't have overextended, Stretch is fine. Prime Continuity for duration. As you can see, I do not have that much duration because I do not want Vortex to be on the floor for too long. I really don't want it to be on the floor for too long. Fleeting Expertise for my energy efficiency, and Photon Reaper. As you can see, if my Photon Strike Photon Repeater, if my Photon Strike hits at least 5 enemies, the next cast will cost no energy. As you can see, it's really good, and it has a second strike, so I'll be double damaging them with 1 Photon Strike. And of course, Prime Surefooted for my stagger resistance. I do not want this at all. Of course, Rolling Guards also here for my survivability. My Arcanes are gonna be Molt-Augmented for higher damage for later in the late games. And Arcane Steadfast is here for my free ability cast. Very good, very good. Also pairing it up with casting speed and power strength from Madurai. And also my Diriga Build. As you can see, here it is. Synth Deconstruct, Mystic Bond, and Manifold Bond. The only 3 things that you need. So, this build, you don't really need to use a primer. A primer will completely destroy any enemies. So I'm gonna be doing this without priming them. So, let's get into playtesting. What do I think about Vauban? Vauban is pretty underrated because really he used to be the best defense Warframe in the game back in what update no, not 8, whatever update it was. It was update 13. He was like better than Frost in my opinion, just because he can pull enemies away from the cryopod. Remember back then the cryopod used to only have 500 shields and 5,000 health if I remembered. But yeah, boom, armor strip them, do this, and then boom, they just die. They literally just die. Of course, my armor strip isn't that high because I'm using Photon Strike. It needs a higher power strength. That's why Terrify is more recommended for you guys if you don't have Photon Strike, and it's easier armor strip. But I don't want the fear from Terrify. So yeah, this is how you play a pocket nuke Vauban. He doesn't have that great of a KPM. He struggles a lot in survival. But you can actually use this in what's it called? What's that game mode? The Demolist game mode. Fudge. Disruption. There you go. This thing does really well against disruption unit. Not against the thing though. Not against the Necromag disruption Demolist. The regular Demolist like the Grenier and Corpus. I should use this more. Yeah, armor strip. Do that. Oh my god, look at that. They're already armor strip. It's okay against Overguard, as you can see. I can just keep spamming it. Energy efficiency is completely fine because of equilibrium. Do that. Oh my god, look at that. Haven't used my freaking Bastille. Fudge. I accidentally pressed Bastille. Did not mean to do that. But yeah, you would want Vortex. And this is damn annoying. So you would want Vortex. So invert. We go to this, invert, tap, and hold abilities. As you can see, Vauban's is inverted because I want the tap instead of the hold. So armor strip them. Boom. Boom. Crazy damage. And this scales infinitely, guys. Because it scales up enemy level. So it goes up to like increments of 10. So every... Oh no, 11. So every 11 levels, your damage will increase. Oh! Rolling guard save, babe. But yeah, if you think you didn't kill the enemies fast enough, you can just literally just spam it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Vauban's crazy though, like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, he used to be worse. In a way, like, okay, he used to be the best defense Warframe in the game, but his abilities just wasn't that up to par. There was a time where Vauban armor strips with Bastille, but it still does that, but it's kind of meh now. It used to like fully armor strip if I remember. Now it just doesn't. So that's why I also have Terror Strike, because Bastille does not want to armor strip. Or it's not consistent, I guess you can say. But if you guys are a Vauban main, like, you can like fix me on that, because I don't really play Vauban that much. Because, you know, he doesn't really fit my playstyle. This specific build though, I freaking love it. I love playing Vauban like this. No weapon Vauban, just like the Zephyr build I did a few weeks ago. Oh my god. As you can see, KPM's pretty bad, right? Probably because like, it's definitely because my Photon Strike isn't up to par versus like any other nuking abilities. But it does nuke hefty amount. If you just bring them into one area, armor strip them, and then you freaking do that, they just die. And this build is actually really good against Acolytes because of the armor strip, and you'll see later. I remember, of course, Terror Strike armor strips and shield strips the Acolytes, unlike Terrify, so that's why I'm also using this. I don't have Pillage, because Pillage you need like 367%, if I remember. I forgot what it was, which is insane. 337%, there you go. Freaking crazy. I think it's 337%. Too much power strength. You're gonna be like out of energy by then. Life support is kinda okay, not the best, but armor strip down. Oh yeah, remember that Vortex also follows the first. Photon Strike follows the first Vortex, right? Of your. Let's say you cast Vortex, right? And then you throw it here. It'll go to the Vortex, and then let's put another Vortex here. We put it there. It's gonna be over here. That's what I mean. So if there's two Vortexes like near each other, it'll follow the first one you cast. So yeah. Right now I'm just waiting for the Acolyte though. Holy damn. But yeah, not bad. My life support isn't bad, but the KPM's horrible, right? But sometimes Warframes like this don't have the amount of KPM it needs. But this thing, like I said, scales infinitely, so it's completely fine. I'll give this guy another like 15 seconds. Oh, fudge! That was my first freaking prime. But yeah, you can prime them, of course. Acolyte, hello. Maybe 30 seconds, hello. Hey, dead. You're dead. You know what? Nah. Acolyte's not gonna spawn, so I'll just leave. I don't want to waste anyone's time anymore. The video is already pretty long itself. Oh my god. But yeah, that's Vauban Pocket Nuke. Not crazy in terms of KPM, but it's crazy in terms of damage because scales infinitely. But yeah, so either Terrify or Terra Strike is completely fine. Terrify is way more universal because Necros is super easy to get. Wait, did I say Terra Strike? No, Terrify is way easier to get because Necros is super easy to get. And Terra Strike, you need to wait for call. You need the weeklies. You need to do his weeklies if you haven't done his weeklies, and it's damn annoying. But yeah, let's get into the recap. The Acolyte didn't spot Set Asa. Arsenal. So, as you can see, 1 casting speed shards. Don't need the topaz shards. This was just for testing. Horrible, horrible. Don't use it. Terra Strike for my armor strip. And here are the mods. Corrosive for earlier armor strip, Transient Fortitude and Umbral Intensify for strength, Overextended as my only range mod, Equilibrium for my energy energy gain / energy conversion rate. This is gonna be the only thing I have. Oh wait, no, I have a Fleeting Expertise also. Oops, my bad. So Equilibrium and Fleeting Expertise. Efficiency is Fleeting Expertise and Equilibrium for my energy gain. Rolling Guard for my survivability. Photon Reaper, because this is pretty useful later in the late games when like a lot more enemies spawn. It's gonna be really crazy. Prime Continuity for duration. Remember, you don't need that much duration because you don't want Vortex to be very long. And Prime Sure-Footed for stagger resistance if you're using a primer. If you're not using a primer, Cunning Drift or Power Drift is completely fine. Molt Augmented for scaling damage, and of course Arcane Steadfast for my ability cast. Free ability cast, very nice. As you saw earlier, I didn't use a primer, so I'll be using Diriga. I'll be going to the Diriga. Manifold Bond, Deconstruct, and also Mystic Bond. These 3 are the only things that you need, of course. And of course, here's my Hellstrom build because I forgot to freaking put it in the beginning. Here's the viral priming build if you actually want to prime them. But most of the time, you won't be. So yeah, that is the build, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.